This is our third class of the Youth Leadership Academy, which is just our effort to kind of reach a variety of different youth from a variety of different schools in Oklahoma City.
They're teaching them character traits, they're teaching them how to take their leadership potential and expand on it, and I think that's something that will carry with them throughout their whole lives.
I think it's a great resource. Again, I think people hear the word police officer and it usually gets a negative connotation, especially from teenagers.
Some of my families are immigrants. I will say, dislike the cops just because of the fact that they would take my family from me, and that would hurt me and make me just despise them. But ever since I've been in these programs, I've grown to love and appreciate them because I do see that the struggles that they go through as well, and how they are reaching out to these teens and youth.
And that's one of the biggest goals, is just to bridge that gap between officers and our young community.
I had a whole different perspective on cops, that they're this, that they're evil, that they only just to arrest people and just shoot at people. But that's not the case. They're humans just like us. And they're also trying to help the community out.
And I think that's very important for them to see that police officers are not just carrying a gun and they're enforcing the law, but they have all these other skills as well, right?
So as an African American, you have a negative connotation of police officers, but coming here, it's totally changed my mind. I actually have built strong relationship with officers, absolutely trust them with my life.
A large portion of their participation in YLA is interacting with officers, in cars with officers, sitting at tables with officers, eating with officers, playing games with officers.
So with everything you hear in the news about police brutality and people getting shot and killed, being pulled over, it made me very, very, very afraid. But then coming to YLA, I was it gave me someone to reach out to if I ever find myself in trouble. Having that connection with certain policemen and the FACT unit, it's going to be very, very helpful in the future.
So having our kids participate in the Youth Leadership Academy is priceless for us. Not just for the kids, but for us as a district, because what it does is it gives firsthand opportunity for kids to see that police officers are here to support, to encourage, to breathe life into them. We could not be more pleased as a district.
We're trying to always break down barriers on the way they perceive us as police officers. Of course, officers have barriers with them as well.
I don't think we would have ever had the opportunity to create these incredible bonds with the kids if we didn't have this opportunity.
You can feel that they want to be there and they want to help us improve ourselves.
It's been an amazing experience, I will say that for sure.
It's teaching these students great leadership skills. They learned a lot in regards to public speaking and being confident.
They really expose the inner me. I learned how to present now. I learned how to be comfortable around people.
I'm normally quiet and reserved, but being here has helped me get out of my bubble and become more comfortable and more adaptable to different situations. I also learned how to embrace other people's ideas that are different from mine.
Seeing them how they work with each other and bond, and they all had different backgrounds, different personalities. They went to different types of schools, and they kind of understood, hey, this is kind of bigger than just one person.
The Academy, we simply take all these kids from all these different areas and we rally them around a certain topic. It's a topic they pick themselves. They get to know an organization that advocates for that topic, and then they spend the next 3 or 4 months learning about it so that they can ask for money from businesses to raise money for that organization.
Our topic is immigration and foster care. This is the police working with students from around the community, talking about immigration. It's a really good thing.
It's teaching leadership, but it's doing that by teaching them how to raise money and how to create resources for issues that they may be passionate about.
In February, our meeting was at Leadership Square, and this meeting is really to prepare them for their final presentations that we're going to do the next month. So we asked these students to do something that was not easy, but go up to random strangers and ask if they could practice their pitch that they were going to present. They were uncomfortable at first, but they owned it and they took it. After they had practiced their pitches to complete strangers, we had several different community leaders from all over the metro that were willing to take some time and sit down and allow these students to continue practicing their pitches. The students worked very, very hard, presenting about 6 to 7 pitches that day to these community leaders. These students had worked so hard from August to March.
But then we had a change. Our world hit a crisis.
Effective tomorrow, March 17th, we are closing schools.
The State Board of Education says not only are schools closed, there won't be any kind of instruction, grading, or extracurricular activities.
And then we get this message that Oklahoma City Public Schools will be canceling, and we decide to do remote presentations.
With social distancing, unable to meet with each other, much less meet with companies, they put together virtual presentations.
They came through. Like when I tell you they stepped up to the challenge, when I tell you they were eager about editing videos, they woke up early and stayed up late. I'm telling you, I'm texting and calling 2 o'clock in the morning.
Every student of the group played some part, whether it was drafting the emails to the companies and securing the appointments for Zoom with the companies, editing the videos. They continued to pursue and complete what they had set out for.
And it came out very successful. They were able to complete 19 out of the 21 companies that we had scheduled. COVID didn't get the best of us.
It's so incredible to see how they adapted and overcame, and that's honestly a life lesson.
Oklahoma City Police Department is like family, and everybody else can be like family. You know, we're like family in this Youth Leadership Academy.
Youth Leadership Academy to me is unity and also diversity.
Youth Leadership Academy is family to me. So whenever something happens to us, the other person has our back, or the other person has our back.
It's my second family. I love everybody in this building. They bring such positivity into my heart.
And so what do I say to these kids? They're important. They're stronger than they think they are. They're brilliant. And I'm so glad they pushed through these obstacles to graduate our program.
But then we hope that they take that to their schools and to their community, and just everywhere they go, so they can be world changers.
I think that young people like them going through things like this are going to be responsible for preserving the future of our society.
Well, obviously, congratulations, for graduating. Thank you for being so flexible and adaptable to the non-traditional way of completing your Youth Leadership Academy. And I think the academies that will follow will look to these guys as examples.
I would just like to tell them, great job. I'm super proud of them. They all came together. They fought through adversity with the virus, and they were still able to complete this project. They did a great job.
Yeah, hey, congratulations guys. It was awesome getting to know you. I wish I could have been there from the very beginning.
I just want to say thank you guys for allowing me to be a part of your experience. I'm really proud of what you guys have done and who you've become, and I look forward to see what you guys do in the future.
Well, I'd like to say to each and every one of you guys, keep up the hard work and don't ever let pandemic slow you down.
Job well done, that you did not throw up your hands and buckle under real issues and challenges in life. You don't get to do that. You continue to persevere and press forward when things are the toughest. This is a really challenging time. Life is long and there's a lot ahead of you, so keep doing what you're doing.
Youth Leadership Academy Class 3, you guys are all so amazing. It's hard to put into words how I really feel about you, because you have completely blown me away. I am incredibly proud of all that you've achieved. But I hope this isn't the end of your story. I hope this isn't the end of your leadership, and I cannot wait to see how you guys change the world.
Class 3, YLA, you all are unicorns. There's no word or a group of words that I could say that could capture what you all have done. You are doing things that adults are not even doing. And when I'm 60, 70, 80 years old, I hope that you are doing for other people what we have done for you. Thank you for blessing my life. Each of you are amazing.
Here's what I want to say. This was an incredible year for Class 3. Yes, we hit a crisis, but let me tell you what a crisis does. A crisis actually tells us who we really are. There used to be a show on TV when I was a kid called To Tell the Truth. And in this show, there would be these imposters. And these imposters would be faking like a race car driver. And the contestants, the celebrities, would try to identify who the real race car driver was. At the end of that show, they would say, will the real race car driver please stand up? But this crisis said, will the real leader please stand up? And I want to say that you all stood up. As a police officer, we all know that we see crisis day in and day out. We see individuals in crises day in and day out, and they do a couple of things. They either freeze in their spot, which doesn't help anything. They either move forward or they move backwards. And those that thrive, those that come out successful, they move forward. And that's what you did. You moved forward. I am so proud to be associated with this group. You're so unique. You will never forget the year 2020 because this is when you decided to step up and continue to change the world. You didn't allow the crisis to change your world completely. You dictated what was going to happen. And so I'm so proud that you persevered, that you looked at teamwork, that you had an attitude, and you moved ahead with courage. That is the definition of a real leader. Will the real leader please stand up? Class 3, stand up. You persevered, you led. And I appreciate you allowing us to witness it. Thank you.